Our next category is Excellence in Academics. And we would like to have Ajit Rangnekar to come up on stage.
The nominees for Education and Academics, Deans and Presidents are Beheruz Sethna, President, University of West Georgia; Nitin Nohria, Dean, Harvard Business School; Pradeep K. Khosla, Dean, College of Engineering, Carnegie Mellon University; Renu Khator, President, University of Houston; Satish K. Tripathi, President, University of Buffalo; and Sunil Kumar, Dean, Chicago Booth Business School.
Renu Khator.
Renu Khator is the 8th Chancellor of the University of Houston System and the 13th President of the University of Houston. She is the first foreign-born person and the second woman to take hold of this prestigious position. We would also like to take this opportunity to wish Renu and her husband a very happy wedding anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Remit2India. Thank you all very much. You know, you can get as many awards as you can think of, when you are recognized by your own people, it really melts your heart. And that's exactly how I feel today. I'd like to dedicate this award today to the man who has been my mentor, my friend, my teacher, my lover, everybody, and that's my husband, Dr. Suresh Khator. Thank you.
And now for the People's Choice Award.
Renu Khator, People's Choice 2.
Our next category this evening is Excellence in Education. And we could please have Prabhu Dayal, New York's Consul General of India, on stage.
The nominees for Education and Academics, Professors and Scholars are Krishna G. Palepu, Ross Graham Walker, Professor of Business Administration and Senior Associate Dean, International Development, Harvard Business School; Mohanbir Sahni, McCormick Tribune Professor of Technology, Kellogg School of Management; Nirmalya Kumar, Professor of Marketing, Director of Center for Marketing and Co-Director, Aditya V. Birla India Center, London Business School; Raghuram Rajan, Eric J. Gleacher, Professor of Finance, the Booth School of Business, University of Chicago; and Soumitra Datta, Roland Berger Chaired Professor of Business and Technology and Professor of Business and Technology, INSEAD.
Well, this award should have been given by somebody who's really educated. But it goes to Soumitra Datta.
Soumitra Datta is currently Professor of Business and Technology at INSEAD, where he has taught for more than 20 years. Next month, he will begin his term as Dean of Cornell University's Business School.
And thank you very much for this unique honor. Naturally, this honor is shared by many in my life: my parents, my family, my wife, my daughter, who have believed in me at different moments in my life; the various professors at IIT Delhi and at University of California at Berkeley who taught me and inspired me; and also my colleagues at INSEAD in France and Cornell University in the USA, who have provided such a stimulating working environment for me all through. And thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
I'd like to call Suhel Seth on stage to give away the People's Choice Award.
This is a man who we should all revere. But I must say this award goes to Mohanbir Sahni.
Mohanbir Sahni is Professor of Technology at the Kellogg School of Management. Mr. Sahni is also a management consultant and author.
Well, I don't know who these people were who voted or how the process was. It was obviously rigged in the right direction. So thank you. This is a very, very humbling moment, and I'm in very, very distinguished company. And one thing that some of you might not know is that 3 out of the 5 nominees in our category, we were all the same class at IIT Delhi in the same year, Raghu, Sumitra, and myself. But I think what got us here, and that is, I think I would pause to remember at this point, were our parents. And they sacrificed everything. And I know how, at times, we didn't have enough to make ends meet, but they made sure that the education, and my dad always told me, that's a gift nobody can take away from you. So I dedicate this to my parents.
Congratulations to all of our new Lights of India.
But before we go on, I would like to connect all of you with laughter, because laughter has only one language.
That's right. Our next performer has more than 1,000 shows under his belt, and he's widely recognized as one of India's leading stand-up comedians. He also, because he's Indian, has an MBA from the University of Oxford and runs a charity for underprivileged children in India, which he funds with his comedy. Please give a huge round of applause to welcome onto the stage stand-up comedian and very proud Indian, Papa CJ.
All right, before I start, can we have a massive round of applause for our 2 fabulous hosts today? I'd like to say that firstly, it is an absolute privilege to be here at this function. I often get invited for many functions that sort of claim to be meaningful, but they're not really. Like yesterday, there was this investment banker. He said, "Oh, Papa CJ, can you come and do a charity night for us?" I said, "What's this charity night?" He says, "Oh, we're doing a charity night to raise money for villages in India." And I said, "This is so stupid, because 3 years ago I was in a village in India, and they were doing a charity night to raise money for investment banks in New York." And I'll be honest, it's really nice to travel abroad and perform in front of an Indian audience. Because I'll be honest, normally wherever in the world I go, people say, "Oh, you're Indian." I know about India. I've seen Slumdog Millionaire. Huh? That's like me saying, "Oh, you're English." I know about England. I've seen Mr. Bean. Huh? Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I come from a city in India called Calcutta, which is the... Of course, intellectuals in the audience. Calcutta is the craziest city in the country. I learned how to drive there. I remember taking driving lessons in London. This instructor points at a man 40 yards away at a zebra crossing. He said, "CJ, that's a hazard." Now, when you learn how to drive in Calcutta, nothing is a hazard until after you hit it. No? He said, "Oh, you Indians, why don't you drive in a straight line?" I said, "Listen, in England, you drive on the left of the road. In Calcutta, we drive on what is left of the road." We want value for money everywhere. Ours is the only country in the world where when you bribe a police officer, and yes, it does happen, we will expect change. Incidentally, about 4 months ago, I've become a father for the first time. Thank you. It's my first legitimate child, so I'm really excited. And then, of course, you've got to think about schooling. And I went to a school called the Lawrence School, Sana. Our students were crazy, our teachers were crazy. We had a teacher called Mr. Sibble, and we used to call him Zap because he was quite a spaced out fellow. One day, Zap took his wife for a dental appointment, and these 4 boys broke into his house. While he was away, they ate up all his food, they stole his CDs, and they went back feeling very happy we've gotten away with it. Mr. Sibble comes back very upset, my house has been burgled. But it turns out that he wasn't as spaced out as we thought he was. The following Monday, he set an essay writing competition. The title of the essay was "The Mystery of the Robbery at Mr. Sibble's House." All these 4 boys wrote exactly the same story. Of course, they got caught and they got a hammering of their lifetime. And I asked one of these guys afterwards, I said, "Sirdi, why did you write the truth?" He said, "Brother, I thought we'll get full marks." My name is Papa CJ. My website is papacj.com. I am available for children's parties. Before I leave, there's just two things I want to say. Firstly, it is an absolute honor and privilege to be here. I know, for example, Anshu Jain is one of the nominees. I have friends who work for Deutsche Bank, and whenever they talk about Anshu Jain, they talk about him with great respect. But there's also a tone in their voice which doesn't say, oh yeah, he made it. There's a tone in their voice which says, we made it. And that is what makes the nominees here all lights of India, because they inspire us, and we feel that we have made it, not just they have made it. I've been Papa CJ. God bless you. Have a lovely night.